Hey, what's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Nice to meet you.
Same. Nice to meet you. Also,
Yes, sir.
thanks for taking the time to come on.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for having me.
Yep. Welcome to episode 188 of the Blitzstick. I am here with 2026 NFL draft prospect Roland Hazard Jr. from Campbellsville University, and I'm excited to have him on to talk about his story of how he got to where he is today and more. So, welcome.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm appreciative to be here.
How did your recruiting process start?
Well, coming out of high school, I wasn't heavily recruited, and so I went the JUCO route, and so I went 2 years at Mount San Jacinto in about the Inland Empire of California, and so I went 2 years, got my associate's degree, and then I transferred to a school in Dubuque called Clark, so Clark University, and then I had a stint there for about 2 semesters. Had a really good season where I got two-time All-American in two positions, and so I felt like I just kind of wanted to challenge myself more and then raise the stakes, and so I wanted to challenge myself in terms of competition, and so I went to Campbellsville University, and I had a great season there as well. So I'm excited for the future.
Uh, how how did your football experiments go back in high school?
It went well. It went well. I played two sides. I played both sides on the field, and so I experienced defense and offense, playing DB, safety, special teams, and then I played receiver and slot. And so being able to run both sides, being able to maneuver around the field, and kind of just stay fresh all the time was fun.
How long have you been playing football?
I feel like I've been playing football since about Pee Wee, since I was about 10, and so I would say 24 now, so about 14 years.
What was it like growing up in your hometown and getting to where you are today?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Compared to most people, it wouldn't necessarily be the ideal situation. I kind of came from a not that great situation where it was a little ghetto, but I didn't allow it to stop me. And so I kind of was always the outcast in the neighborhood. But honestly, I kind of just stuck to my own and kind of grew. And I had friends who were always with me and everything. And so I kind of stayed out of trouble dealing with all the things that I could have been doing. I chose the right path and chose football and sports. And so I chose to have a good education, keep my head straight, not deal with anything that I shouldn't be dealing. And then I got here. So I'm happy for that.
What you what is your biggest weakness and strength?
I would say my biggest weakness is the inability to say no. And I say that because I'm always willing to learn. I feel like I'm a sponge. And so I'm always trying to soak up good information, good knowledge that I could build upon myself the next day. So I'm always looking to build. And so my strengths, I'm always willing to adapt, to learn. I'm always open. I feel like I'm an open book and I'm always looking for more knowledge. And I look up to my elders and I respect them. And so anything that they have to give me, I'm going to put that within myself and build myself into a better person.
Uh, what are your thoughts on how this past season went?
It went really well. It went really well. I feel like we could have had a better year in terms of we could have won it all, the whole national championship, but we fell short in the first round of the playoffs. But we went 8-2. I feel like as a brotherhood, as a whole team, we got really close. And so that bond kind of carried us through a lot of not so ideal situations, but that's what built us into the season that we had. And so we had a lot of mature guys who took leadership roles into their own hands and kind of did things our way. And so we all believed. And so we had a great season. Just felt like we could have did a little bit more, but the screws kind of came unlocked. But it's okay, it happens.
Did you have any other experience in playing any other sports in high school?
Yeah, I played football. I mean, of course I played football, but I played basketball. I ran track and field. I did a little bit of tennis. I paintball. I don't know if that's considered a sport, but yeah, I like to do that. And I feel like all those sports that I did kind of help translate into my game today because you're always making different cuts within different sports and stuff. And so me being comfortable on the basketball court or on the baseball pitch or anything like that kind of translated to me being able to maneuver within football compared to a lot of contemporaries with me.
Mhm. Uh, how did you finalize your decision to attend Campbellsville?
Um, I was contacted by the former head coach, Coach Russell, and Coach Beatty, and so Coach Beatty and I gained or created a really great relationship, and so we got really close and everything, and so he made me. He knew that he believed in me and he trusted in my ability, and so he believed in what I could do, and so he tried to bring me here as soon as possible and everything, and Coach Russ as well. And so as soon as I got here, I felt the love immediately. I felt like the coaches, the people, and my teammates were here for me, and everybody kind of had a goal in mind. And so I kind of want to be around a lot of people who are like-minded like me. And so I took a chance, a boy all the way from California going to Kentucky, the change of weather and everything, the environment, a little slower, but I felt like when I got here and I recognized it may not be my cup of tea, but I'm gonna be able to adapt and seek a new challenge and grow from this. That was when I knew Campbellsville was the one.
What are some cool things to know about yourself outside of football?
Man, I like to take pictures. I like to freelance photography, and so I'm into taking pictures, taking videos. Of course, I'm in the gym all the time, and so in the meantime, I take workout videos and everything. But other than that, I like to paint. I like to shoot guns. I like to throw axes. I like to go mini golfing, of course, go to the beach. But I'm really into art, and so I like to create clothes online in terms of graphic design. And so I create clothes and everything and model for a couple friends of mine back home. And so that's what I like to do.
Who in your family do you look up to and why?
Man, I could look up to a lot of people, honestly, but my first two that come to mind, of course, my mom and my papa. Um, through ups and downs, they've always showed me consistency, the love, and the ability to be resilient through situations, whether that had to do with outside occurrences or occurrences that dealt within the family. I felt like looking at them created the man who I am today, you know? And so I'm very appreciative of them. And so all the experiences, the ups and downs, the funny times and the down times, I felt like all those times created me into the person I want to be, into the person I'm trying to strive for. And so they're the ones for sure.
Mhm. Uh, what is a typical day like for you during the off season?
Typical day, like for me, where I like to wake up, get some breakfast in. And so I get some breakfast in, but once I get straight out of bed, I get my food going. I'll make up a couple eggs, a little bit of ham, and then some asparagus, eat that, and down some yogurt. And then what I'll do, I have a whiteboard. I have a whiteboard in my room, and so I have set goals for myself and everything. So the set goals for at least this week is 300 crunches a day. I got try something new. I got just multiple things to help me challenge myself and kind of take me out of my comfort zone to allow me to grow and become more knowledgeable in things I've always been interested but never really took initiative to try to step into. And so I look at those challenges. I do those challenges every day. And then once I do that, I get myself cleaned up and then I go to class. Once I go to class, learn everything that I need to learn, photojournalism, all types of things like that. Get done with class, go eat, then train. And then I train, but I have two training splits within my day. At least I'll have my first split be more leg oriented and more explosive and cut based. So I'll be on the field a lot more and I'll be working with a lot of sleds and stuff and be doing a lot of squat work and stuff. Compared to my second split within the day to where it would be more upper body, of course, trying to be strong up here and strong below, but I feel like having a good base and foundation within the legs is always important for a football player. So I try to keep those safe. And then once I do those two splits, boom, get back, do my homework, make sure I'm taking a moment to breathe and allow myself to enjoy the moment. Because sometimes I feel like you get yourself stuck into being into a routine and everything, and you kind of be in the zone and kind of take yourself away from happiness. And so I kind of step back, allow myself to relax and everything, and then I take a shower, stretch before I go to bed, and then repeat. And then, of course, I make sure I talk to all my friends and everything, and of course, my family and so. Other than that, but yeah,
What current or former NFL player do you compare your game to?
I like. I would say since it's relevant right now, JSN, Stephon Diggs, both at the top of their game right now. But I watch a lot of course, JSN, Stephon Diggs, a lot of Parker Washington right now, a lot of Jamar Chase. I watch a lot of Anquan Bolden, Steve Smith. Just a lot of aspects to their game that I like to put into mind. Oh, one more, Jarvis Landry, of course. I would just like the way he plays. Strong, aggressive, but at the same time still has a little bit of finesse to him. So I would like to describe myself as a deceptive route runner. So I watch a lot of Calvin Ridley as well. And so I know there's a lot of names coming at you and everything, but they've helped me become the receiver I am today. And so I would be wrong not to mention them.
Hmm. What makes you a unique player on the football field?
I feel like I said, I feel like I'm a deceptive salesman on the field. I feel like I'm a quiet assassin. I'm not really a talker. I like to make sure my IQ and everything and my chemistry with my quarterback is good. And so I like to do a lot of the dirty work, if that makes sense. And so handling all blocks with the linebackers, DBs if need be, for my slots to get open. I'll do that to allow the flow of the game to naturally happen. And then me and my quarterback will lock in. Say we recognize a matchup. Okay, cool. He's playing press or he's gonna blitz. Signal what we need to do. Okay, cool. Do we need to hit this? Okay, they're playing zone. Do we need to hit the honey hole? Things like that. I make sure I'm doing what I need to do as a player, not only for my OC, my team, and my quarterback, but that enables trust within them to separate us outside of practice, get closer together, and then when times come, when certain situations happen, we recognize those and we succeed.
Hmm. What has been your favorite football memory so far?
I feel like just recently I was invited to a national scouting combine in Naples, Florida. And so three teammates from Campbellsville University, Dave Montgomery, Antonio Bass, and Roland has a junior, and myself, were able to go there and perform really well. But not only that, we kind of made it known that we wanted to let people know that CU is a place and CU is on the map. And so I felt like we did that. And me and Trey are known for scoring, but Dane Montgomery, who's the right tackle, actually got into the end zone that night. And so, which was funny on the 2 point conversion. And so we're on the opposite team, right? And so we see him do that. It didn't matter where we were at, wherever, anything. We ran across the field and showed love to him because we were just proud of him in the moment as a person and from Campbellsville, just like us. You know what I'm saying? And of course, we didn't care about no teams or anything, but I felt like that was really cool, really important, and a great memory for myself because I felt like three guys coming from a small school into a place that we never really thought we'd be at, we're succeeding. So it's like, it's just a happy moment.
Uh, how many hours a day do you take the time to watch film?
At least 3 hours out of my day, but I split it. So because sometimes you don't want to do 3 hours straight because sometimes you'll kind of look around and everything and not have full attention to it. So I like to do it in three splits, an hour, an hour, an hour, split it within the day. So I'm attentive and then I'll split it into three separate sections. So like matchups, the scheme, and tendencies and specific plays that they like to run. I do that and then boom, it's been pretty well for me.
Hmm. What do you like to do in your free time?
On my free time, right now, I'm actually writing a script. Like I'm not really a writer either, but I'm also in a directing class, and so another challenge for myself, I'm writing a script and everything. So I guess I've always been a movie guy. I've always been into acting and the photography and that type of realm, and so kind of going into the writing aspect of it, I feel like it's a cool challenge for me. And so yeah, I'm writing a script right now, and then I like to paint, and so I got a canvas in my room that I just grab the paintbrush and just scribble from time to time, and whatever happens on the paint happens.
What is your plan for the upcoming future for you?
Um, just stay consistent for sure. Get my degree, and then set multiple avenues for myself in terms of work, trying to stabilize myself because I know football isn't forever, but I've been working hard and I believe in myself and try to reach the highest of the high. And so, but at the same time, I gotta make sure that I have everything in check. And so I'm checking all the boxes, making sure I set a blueprint for myself, a plan A, B, C, D, and even E. So I'm doing that. Other than that, I'm having a fun time training, and so I'm just getting ready for this job.
Mm-hmm. I thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy day to come on, and it was great to hear your journey. And I wish you nothing but the best of luck, and we'll definitely stay in touch.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Alex. See you
Thank you.
later. Thank you,
See
man.
ya. See
Later.
ya.